Imagine a father meticulously planning a surprise 50th birthday trip to Portugal for his wife. The kind of romantic week-long getaway they haven't had in 20 years of raising children. Now, imagine that same father slowly allowing every single family member to join the surprise. The 20-year-old daughter, the 15-year-old son, except for the middle daughter, who is away at college. What do you do when you realize your own father views your exclusion as a logical necessity and mocks your tears as the actions of a spoiled brat? This isn't just a story about a missed flight or a ruined surprise. It's a terrifying deep dive into the silent destruction caused by parental favoritism, and the moment a child realizes they are the only person left out of their own family's joy. The middle daughter had spent years talking to her mother about Portugal. It was their shared dream. Yet when the trip was finally booked, she was left stranded at university, facing midterms while the rest of her family reunited across the ocean. The father didn't see a daughter mourning the loss of a major family milestone. He saw a nuisance who might spoil the secret if she didn't calm down. When a parent prioritizes the aesthetic of a surprise over the emotional safety of their child, they aren't just taking a vacation, they are building a wall that may never come down. They teach the child that their presence is optional and their feelings are a burden on the family's collective happiness. But the toxicity of parenting takes even more literal and entitled forms in the realm of stepfamilies. Consider the stepfather who demanded his 17-year-old stepdaughter hand over the keys to her Audi, a used car she bought with her own money earned through 2 part-time jobs while maintaining her grades. He didn't see a hard-working young woman who understood the value of a dollar. He saw a luxury that his biological daughters were entitled to share. When she refused to let an unlicensed, uninsured 15-year-old practice U-turns in her prized possession, the father threatened to ground her for disrespecting the family. It is a classic move of an entitled parent, refusing to teach their own children how to work for what they want, and instead attempting to cannibalize the achievements of a stepchild to maintain an illusion of fairness. Perhaps the most haunting betrayal of all is the honesty trap. Imagine a man who had been a father figure to a 14-year-old girl for 8 years, the only father she ever really knew. After having his first biological child, he sat at a dinner table and told his friends he never knew he could love something so much more than anything else. When the 14-year-old, feeling displaced and hurt, asked him directly if he loved her, he chose brutal honesty over parental empathy. He told her to her face, "I do love my biological child more than you." He claimed she was mature enough to hear the truth, but in reality, he was kicking the legs out from under the pedestal she had placed him on. To a child, love is not a biological calculation or a competition. It is a promise of unconditional safety. When you tell a child they are second best because of their DNA, you aren't being an honest man, you are being an emotional arsonist. Whether it's a father leaving a 15-year-old to fend for himself for a week just to get some alone time, or a baby mama being shamed on the internet by a man who refuses to take accountability for his own choices, the theme is the same: the total disregard for the child's humanity. We live in a world where some parents view their children as accessories to their lives, objects to be managed, ignored, or used for performance reviews. You aren't overreacting for being hurt by a parent who excludes you from a dream trip, and you aren't selfish for protecting the property you worked hundreds of hours to afford. A parent's primary job is to provide a soft landing, not to be the one who pushes you off the ledge. Sometimes the most mature thing a child can do is recognize that blood doesn't excuse toxic behavior, and that honesty without empathy is just a fancy name for cruelty.